Hello, everybody. I am Sheila Rocha, and I am the new chair for the Performing Arts Department here at IAIA. It's a good day to be at IAIA. I knew I was going to get here someday, some way, and I did. It took me a long time. I want to say, first of all, thank you to everybody. Thank you to our wonderful staff, our president, the president's office, the people who make this all happen. That's all of you. That's everybody. For those of us that are in theater, we know theater can happen anywhere. This is theater. We're performing, right? We're doing our thing right here. But to have a dedicated space like this here, for our students to enter that liminal space, that sacred place where they can explore and go beyond all of the limitations that have ever been set before them in different contexts, is amazing. This is a phenomenal time, and we are so lucky to be at this moment, at this place today. Within our facility, we will reimagine, and we're going to re-envision, as we're doing right now, because you have to go inside in just a few minutes and see the tremendous 15-minute preview premiere of a large-scale puppetry production with the music and sounds of Mr. Robert Mirabal. And I have to share with you, I have been waiting for this moment my entire life. All I had was your CDs. I got to hear them live today, and I ain't going to be right for the rest of the day. So this is exciting. This facility is going to mimic the actualization of survivance, not just the mere act of survival, but surviving past and growing and showing resistance and endurance and perseverance. Just some of the people who have been here before, like Louis Ballard and Joy Harjo, Kevin Locke, and so many others, just to name a few. And like them, we're going to thrive here. And we're going to do that by way of reestablishing the presence of performing arts on our campus, just as it was so many years ago. We will ensure students develop expertise that builds on and strengthens their schools and the communities that they come from, by preparing them for careers in both nonprofit and commercial venues. And as Dr. Barton said just a moment ago, in the areas of theater, but also technical theater, arts education, outreach, so that, we talk a lot about Native Nation building. And when I was going down to U of A, I got my little certification in Native Nation building along with a PhD, which was simply a driver's license to drive a bigger rig, right? That's truly all it is. And we talk a lot about Native Nation building and changing governance and using human capital. But before we build our nations, we have to build our peoples. And we have to build the spirit of our peoples and give them the food and the fodder and the nourishment culturally and spiritually, so that they can take their gifts and go back and then build their nations from the ground up, from the heart outward. Within this facility, we're going to expand our minor degree program into a major program of study, and it will be the only one offered in the United States amongst tribal colleges. We got it going on. We're also going to foster a community of artistic expression, not just for people who are in the performing arts arena, but for everyone here, because all of our art forms intersect and they depend upon each other. We are going to create a community that produces makers of art, transformation, resurgence, and we're going to build those educational resources that go along with it. Our Indigenous scholars and artists will enter into the study of performance through native ways of knowing. Okay, we do not need a proscenium stage. The magic in that black box is all we need. This earth and the ground around us, that's what we need, because that's where art first began, first formed. We're going to celebrate native ways of knowing using philosophical frameworks that advocate for native sacred histories, language, sacred spiritual traditions that are bonded together with the essence of our stories. So, we are going to make headway and pave a way for Indigenous performing arts into the 21st century, and you're going to do that with us. We thank you. And at this time, I'd like to ask my dear friend, Oglala Lakota, performing arts student, Jesse Shortbull, to bring Mr. Billy Mills to the stage. We are so blessed, Olympic gold medal winner, Billy Mills, he almost forgot him, has received the Presidential Citizens Medal and was inducted into the Olympic Hall of Fame.
The IAIA Fitness Center and fitness programs are also very grateful to Mr. Mills through his support with the Running Strong Foundation, which Lexi Mills co-founded.
So we want to say that we are so proud and honored to have 10,000 meter Olympic gold medal winner Billy Mills with us today. Welcome.
Years ago, October 14th, 1964, starting at 4:30 in the afternoon, I laid footprints on Mother Earth on a cinder-muddy track in Tokyo, Japan, that forever altered my life and presented me with some incredible challenges. The facilities here, the arts, music, dance, creative writing, reading, sports, can better prepare our young people for the challenges they'll face in life and just about anything they can do at a young age. And this facility here will have young people, Native American young men and women, go through there, who will exit, and they will lay their footprints on Mother Earth that will forever change our tribal nations for the better, change the United States of America for the better. And I just want to take a few moments to know where we need to support them, the young people here. We need to teach them the footprints that were laid on Mother Earth long before ours started making an impression on the soil. So I would love all of our young people to Google to learn about several things. The Doctrine of Discovery, Manifest Destiny, treaties signed, treaties broken, executive order, we need more land to build dams, statutes, too much time has gone by, you cannot sue us, slavery, Jim Crow, the new Jim Crow, the drug zone, war on drugs, all designed to make our young people of color felons. We don't teach that. We need to teach it. We need to empower our facilities. I need to empower by making our young people aware of the past, as well as choreographing their dreams, their passion to choreograph the horizon of our future. So very briefly, the Doctrine of Discovery. It's not an attack on Jesus Christ. It's not an attack on Christianity. But it basically says, courtesy of the Vatican, May 4th, 1493, any new lands found can only belong to the first Christian monarch that discovers them. And the inhabitants, the pagan, must submit to Christianity, and they, upon us landing on their shores, they must submit to our laws, our religion, our songs, our dance. None of theirs will apply, and they must submit to Christianity. But then it was quickly realized that we submitted to Christianity. We could own land, the number one ingredient for participating in the free enterprise system. So we had no souls. 2 years ago, Pope Francis in Washington, D.C., in New York City, made the priest who said we had no souls a saint. That priest was made a saint because he wanted some of the perks. California women tried to get the Pope, and he eventually said it was a mistake, the Doctrine of Discovery, to admit publicly it was a mistake. We then became victims. Genocide. What is the United States of America? 12 to 23 million Indian people. At the end of the wars, 250,000 survived. the most devastating genocide of humanity occurs in the Americas. We should never forget those footprints. Our young people who graduate, who walk from these facilities to start laying their footprints on Mother Earth, need to know their past to design their future, and collectively, we choreograph the horizon of our future. Sport, music, dance, creative writing, etc. can better prepare our young people for the challenges they'll face later in life than anything they can do now. And I'll close with this. Never in the history of our country, never in the history of our tribal nations, never in our history as citizens of tribal nations, citizens of the United States of America, has the need for our governments, federal, state, and tribal governments, along with our marketplace, collectively choreograph our journey into the horizon of the future of the American Indian children will play major roles in determining the role we play as an indigenous people, the balance of the 22nd century. These facilities are vital. They're needed.